The engine is starting up. 3, 2, 1.
Is there anyone here that would like to communicate with us?
Putting a dip in your hip, a glide in your stride. Welcome to the mothership, the home of the travelers of the universe, with shows throughout the week. Everything you want, everything you could need. From the paranormal to the supernatural, from the spiritual to the unknown, from emotions to comedy. You can find us at Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and so much more. This is R.I.F.T Nation Network, the RNN. And now, your featured show. Shall we begin?
Sensitive/offensive content disclaimer. Please note that this podcast may contain material that some listeners may find sensitive, offensive, or disturbing. We strive to create respectful and informative content, but topics discussed may include mature themes such as violence, explicit language, or controversial subjects, triggering content including discussions related to mental health, trauma, or other sensitive issues, explicit language. Occasionally, our guests or hosts may use strong language. While we aim to handle these topics with care and empathy, we encourage listeners to exercise discretion. If you find any content distressing, consider skipping or seeking support. Remember that this podcast is not a substitute for professional advice. If you need assistance, please consult a qualified expert. Good evening and welcome to another cool and groovy edition of the Otter's Den with your hosts, Keith and Joni.
What's going on?
Everything, anything, everything, everything's going on. Too much, not enough.
It's crazy. It's all I can say is crazy.
Mr. Odell, what's up?
Crazy. Let the sky open and there be the den, the Otter's Den. The Otter's Den.
Peek in and say, well, hello.
Hello. Happy Monday. Happy Monday, getting close to Christmas.
It was a good day. It was a good day today.
It's going to be a good week.
Hey, Susan. Hey, Lois.
Hi, Miss Lois.
Hey, Michelle.
It's going to be a great week.
Good. I can use one of those. I like it.
We all can. We all need a great week.
Yeah. It ought to be good.
That's cute.
I like that.
I like that too. That's cute. It ought to be good. I just watched Michael just posted a video of Splash. You know, his little otter he's training.
Oh, yeah.
And he was feeding Splash.
Nice.
Cute. Sounded like a cat begging for his food.
Really?
Oh, he's very tame.
Welcome.
Very, very, very tame little Splash. I'm going to have him bring Splash on my show.
Do it.
I will after the first of the year.
I like that. I like otters. I love watching otter videos.
Well, you've got your own. It's Splash. He's a real otter. He's a search and rescue otter,
Yes, he is.
and he's good.
That's what I heard.
Yeah. But he is their house pet. He's their little house pet.
That's an amazing fact as well.
Yeah. He came from Arizona Zoo.
Really?
I think Arizona he came from. He's in Florida now.
Yeah.
He's always in the pool. He loves to play. They love to do hand coordination with their little paws. Like
Okay.
he rolls balls back and forth to Mike. They're
Nice.
smart. Very smart animals.
Well, it makes sense because they're always using their hands. You know, they use rocks to crack clams open. In fact, I think they even have like a little pouch to keep their favorite rock, and they'll give each other rocks.
I'll ask him about Splash. He's so cute. He's darling.
That's what Michelle just said.
Yeah, he's darling. He's so cute. He's a pet. He sleeps with them. I mean, he's a pet. And Michael has all the German Shepherds too. He's got the puppies.
That is amazing. They all get along.
Oh yeah, Splash plays with them.
That's cool.
I think the puppies tolerate Splash.
Probably.
He's ornery.
Surprised he doesn't try riding them.
He's ornery. He reminds me of a cat more than a dog. You know how cats are pretty well, they've got their own mind, and a cat does what a cat wants, and it doesn't matter. Dogs are obedient.
Sometimes.
Some are.
My Chow Chow, she knows how to sit. She knows how to lay down. She knows how to do this and that and shake and all that other stuff. She just chooses not to.
Well, yeah, that's her opinion. You know, she's allowed to do that.
She's stubborn.
She's just got a little attitude.
She's my little stubborn blonde.
She's just so cute. They're cute. There's nothing like them.
No, you're not wrong. I mean, otters are amazing. They really are.
Yeah, I will have to have Splash on.
Yes.
Definitely after the first of the year, I'll have Splash on the Wednesday night show.
That sounds cool.
That'll be fun.
Yeah.
You know what I was thinking of for tonight? I thought, what are keywords for the end of the year and going into 2025 for us to have?
Rest.
Yeah. Besides that.
Flow.
Yes.
Heal.
I lost the keywords. I wrote them down. Flexibility.
Yes, that's a good one.
Be flexible all year because it's going to be a ride. It's going to be like we're all like down in Hawaii riding those big waves on those big surfboards.
Well, that's what the travelers do. We wax up our board and hop on the wave.
My fat butt won't ride a wave. I'll just stay out in the ocean and go up and down on them.
There you go.
I'm not going to do anything like that. I'm not going to ride the wave in.
I would not be able to stand up on a surfboard. There's no way.
I couldn't even get up on one, let alone stand up on the damn thing. I couldn't even stand. I couldn't even get up on one.
Yeah, maybe my younger days, but not now.
Well, I feel like that's how the year is going to go. And I really did just peeked at the USA chart for the first time in a couple months.
Uh-huh.
And all of the eclipses next year, guess where they're going to be hitting? Guess what houses?
Which one?
The house of the president and the homeland. That's where the eclipse energy is going to be with the people. And the people it's going to all be the Pisces spirituality. It's going to be like I mean, I think if we come out in next year, it's really great for the USA with that being in the North Node being in the house of, the people.
Yes.
That's really peaceful and it's spiritual and it's a really good coming together eclipse area to be in.
I agree.
I like it.
This last year wasn't easy on a lot of people, and 2025 is going to be better for those people, but it's going to be difficult for a different group of people. So we need to try to be understanding. We have
Yeah.
been in their shoes. Mr. Newsom, how you doing? And I know it's not easy, especially when they don't want to be able to understand. They just want things their way. I get it. But even when things didn't go my way, I still did my homework. I looked into things. I made my own decisions.
You kept an open mind.
I did. I did. I did.
I did that. I was telling people they were crazy. They were tinfoil hats. They were crazy. There's no way that I probably told you that several times. No
Yeah,
way.
you did.
You're crazy.
You did. Just remember, tinfoil is for the government, and aluminum foil is for the aliens.
I told my friend Drew that repeatedly. I go, "You're an Aquarian. You're out in space."
Yes, Pisces, Howie. Pisces.
Well, we want high vibing Pisces. We don't want the consummate victim Pisces.
No, that's just like a Scorpio. You want an evolved Scorpio.
You want an evolved Scorpio. You don't want a bad Scorpio. You
No.
don't want a bottom feeding Scorpio. They are mean.
Yes.
They're mean.
Yes.
They're jealous and they stalk people. Yes, you do. You creep people. No, you don't do it a little bit. You're good at it and you stalk people. Period.
Well, hey, if they're cute, how am I going to know if they're like a Gemini or something?
Well, Pisces, we want an ascended Pisces, which is spirituality and the mystic. We don't want the bottom feeder that's the victim and I'm going to go to sleep now because this happened to me and shut up. Just stop. Yeah, Howie's right. He's right. That's what I'm talking about, Howie, or vibrating Pisces.
We don't mean
low vibrators.
We don't mean to, just to clarify, we don't mean to just pick on a couple of signs. Pretty much all signs. I'm trying to be nice.
Every sign has a shadow, low vibing side.
Yes.
You got it's balance.
This is the year for those people to look inside themselves, figure out what makes them tick, what they like about themselves, what they don't like about themselves, and repair the situation. It is not easy to look at yourself and into yourself, but I guarantee you, if you do and you start a healing journey, you're going to be amazed with yourself in a couple of years. You really will.
Well, I think the realization of the betrayal, that's what I felt when I was the person that didn't believe anything and I believed everything I saw and I read and I was in denial. And then when I started to look at the astrology and go, wait a minute.
Oh, that's why.
Wait a minute.
Oh, that's why.
This is weird. What do you mean, JFK? What? Government? Oh, and I started digging. I started being a Scorpio.
Detective.
I started being the detective. And the only word I can describe, because I was there, I was one of them, is betrayal. Betrayal of how I was raised, betrayal of how my mother and my grandmother were so proud. And to realize that, they're not nice. They weren't nice. They were not nice to other countries. They were not nice to people.
No.
And I think it's betrayal. And I think everybody will have to go through that. I did.
That's the thing. The entire country, the entire world have been betrayed for decades from misinformation from mainstream media. It used to be when my grandparents, for instance, they would watch like Walter Cronkite.
I watched Walter Cronkite.
He would tell the truth,
Yes.
unbiased. This is what's happening. Today's media,
No,
the
turn it
mainstream,
off.
it's almost done.
It's an opinion. It's
It is-
not the news. Walter
It's not even that.
Cronkite.
It's not even opinion. They are molding the way that we are supposed to think. They have brainwashed so many people in this country and the world.
That's
It's
right.
pathetic. And after this election happened, those media companies, they dropped. Everybody is seeing the
I
truth
know.
coming out now, and they're understanding, and they feel betrayed because those media companies did lie to them.
They've been lying.
Yes, for decades.
Well, we knew this was going to happen, Keith, because Pluto moved into the house of the media in the United States chart.
Yes, we talked about this. We knew this was going to
We
happen.
knew this was going to happen. This
We
is
called
just
it.
this is just the beginning.
Yeah,
It's going to be a total collapse.
yeah. Give it 6 months. See what comes out.
Well, it's going to be ugly. It's already ugly. And so that's going on. But I like the eclipse in Pisces in the fourth house of the people. It's really eye-opening. It's going spiritual. Let's just hope it's not the low vibing Pisces.
You want this standard. I actually normally get
The
along.
victim.
Scorpios usually get along with Pisces pretty good.
When they're not playing a victim. And everything's everybody else's fault but their own. No accountability. It is what it is. I mean, and then you got every sign has things to work on.
Yeah, and that is actually one thing that at one time I needed to work on. When I was younger, I made a lot of mistakes. Wasn't my fault. I didn't do it. You made me do this.
That's actually a good. Libras are really good at that too.
Oh, yes, they are.
Libras got it to a science.
Yes.
Libras, and the Libra will turn it and make you think that it was your fault because they won't shut up until you accept that they didn't do anything.
Yeah.
And then you just want them to be quiet so you agree with them.
Yes.
It's true.
Scorpios like silence. Hey, how you doing? Good. Okay. That's the entire conversation of two Scorpios talking. Okay. How you doing? Good. You? Good. Cool. That's it. You get a Gemini and another air sign. How you doing? Well, and 3 hours later, they're still talking about it.
Yeah, that's true. And then put the Aquarius in with them. You can't get a word in.
I hear you.
The Aquarian, though, is intelligent. They speak intelligently. They don't ramble like the other ones do. Yeah, yes, Howie's right. And I'm going to tell you something else. They will go back. Well, I remember in 1967 when you took a quarter from me and it wasn't a dime. They remember everything like that.
Yes.
A Pisces will.
Yes.
And they throw everything back up at you from like decades ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was it. Okay.
I know. But we evolve to the spiritual side of that. That's where we aim for. It is true. But that's where we want to evolve to with that North Node down in Pisces.
Yeah. And
that's what the people, the motherland, is to have peace with everything. Kindness. Kindness is huge with that. Be very compassionate.
We don't want to put negative energy out.
No.
This entire year, you don't want to be putting negative energy out.
Can't.
All of the outer planets are transitioning into new signs. All of them.
It's huge.
How long has it been since that's happened?
Well, Neptune 16 or 1861. Hasn't been in Aries since 1861. Actually, it was the first when Neptune went into Aries. It was the first day of the Civil War. Last time.
All of them are changing signs. Then you
All
have
of them.
retrogrades that they go through on
Yep.
top of that.
Yeah.
Then you have the solar flares on top of that. And this is a solar maximum year. 2025 is the solar maximum. We thought 2024 there was a lot of solar flares and big ones. Wait for it. So back up your electronics, have a backup communication system, CB radio, something. Just be prepared because solar flares can knock communications out. They can damage electronics.
They get pretty the lights though.
Yes, they do.
I'll look forward to that.
You know, the Schumann resonance, the resonance of the earth itself, the vibration of the earth, it has been spiking again. And what's interesting is I can't remember what her page is called, but she monitors it and she puts something out every day. And there have been some black spikes coming up lately. And she's not exactly sure what they are, but she has been noticing that they coincide when she notices a timeline shift. And we've talked about the two timelines coming back together and healing. That's what's going on right now. So you have all that together.
It's a cluster bomb.
With the energy that's already out there, with the changing of the guard, okay, so to speak, we really got to be on our toes and pay attention to our surroundings. The CEO of a major healthcare company was just unalived.
They caught that guy.
Yes, I tagged you in that.
But again, I'm doing that Wednesday night show.
Yeah,
wait till you look at the it's not again. This is almost like Butler, and I hate to be like this going, something isn't right.
Something ain't right. They claim he had 4 fake IDs, the handgun, the silencer, a manifesto, everything. So
who does that and keeps the weapon?
A patsy, somebody mind controlled, somebody that's nuts. I don't know.
Why are these young kids all coming out of the same area?
Maybe they got more 5G. I don't know.
I don't know. On the show at Wednesday.
Cool.
It's not. You got to watch it because it's not passing the smell test.
I'm going to. I'll be on. But what I was trying to get to is the universe. If you put negativity out into the universe, guess what you get back? You get more negativity back because the universe says, "Oh, you like that shit. Here, have some more. Have some more." Watch how you talk to yourself.
Duck.
Think about this.
Duck.
When somebody is ripping your tail apart and belittling you to the point where you feel this big.
I know.
You can do the same thing to yourself.
Right.
And again, the universe hears that and you hear it. So you begin to think that you're this bad person. You're not worth anything. No, bullshit. You are. You can be a good person. You're a strong person. You have gotten through everything in your life up to today. And you won. You got through it. You're here. So be proud of that. I don't care what you're going through right now. You're going to get through it. As long as you put your mind to it.
Do you know what the U.S. is going through right now?
Let it flow.
You're talking about the healing timeline thing. It's going through a Chiron return.
What's going through Chiron return?
The U.S. is Chiron, where its natal Chiron is it's transiting its natal. It's called. Remember, we had the Pluto return, and they were like together.
Yeah.
Right now, we've got Chiron and Chiron together.
Nice.
So that's when you heal, but you attain the wisdom to heal.
Yes.
And the wisdom is looking at the reality of what has occurred here the past 250 years
Yeah.
Get the wisdom and then fix it.
Yeah. And the United States is wounded and it is going to heal.
Very wounded.
That's perfect. That is perfect.
It's so I just looked at that. And it's in Aries, which gives you, when it's like in Aries, it gives you the courage to do it. But you have to have the wisdom. You
Yes.
can't use Chiron as a crutch. And so it's like, get the wisdom, learn from what we're doing, learn from what we've done in the past, and you fix it. And
Yes.
that was the Pluto return, because we knew in the Pluto return, everything was going to collapse, and it has.
Yes.
So now it's called Build It Back. It's pretty amazing that it's all working out with the astrology, isn't it?
It really is.
Chiron return. Damn. Creativity is important right now. Americans are very creative people, and we need that back. We need that creativity back and that positivity back.
Not wrong.
But yeah, it's in the Chiron return. I bet that's about every 150 years. I bet it's about every 150 years.
Sounds about right.
I'm going to look.
Hi, Thor. Thor walked on my. We had a little bit of technical difficulty before the show. My microphone wasn't working again. So before I blamed any of the planets or retrogrades or anything, I got in my settings and I figured, okay, he muted my microphone. He got on my computer the other day and walked on the keyboard and laid on the keyboard and he put it in airplane mode and opened all these programs and everything and videos. And it took me 10 minutes to go through and get everything closed and fixed and repaired. And I thought I had everything repaired, but I missed the microphone.
Okay, every 50 years.
50? Okay.
50. So we're going through that now. And we're going through we're going to have a Uranus return too. That's not till 2028, I think, or something.
So people's booties are coming back?
Booties are coming back.
Booties are coming back, baby.
Booties are coming back.
I enjoy a nice booty.
48 to 52 years. Okay.
48 to 52.
So
it's a decent age group.
48 to 52 years. So it's going to be it's a time of healing, but it's attaining the wisdom that you learn and teaching others.
And I'm going to go back to a point I was making here a little bit ago. So many people have been brainwashed so hard by the media. With the truth coming out right now, their world is crushed.
Is it?
Their world is crushed.
Is it?
And they refuse to admit that they were lied to. In their mind, they're still right. It's called cognitive dissonance. They refuse to allow themselves to understand that they were lied to, and need to change their thinking and who they look to for actual truth. But over time, the more truth it's actually put out and the better things get, they're going to open their mind a little bit. And once they do, a little bit of that's going to get in and it's going to sink in.
Yeah.
Hey, I just got a raise. Holy crap. That's a good thing. Maybe I should look into this economy thing a little bit more. So much is going to change.
Well,
is going to change. From medical breakthroughs to technology breakthroughs.
Huge.
You think you buy a laptop now and in 6 months it's outdated.
I really wouldn't get any electronic stuff until July of 2025 when Uranus goes into Gemini.
Yep, just hold out, wait.
I would hold off on that. Breakthroughs. And you know what's going to be good is that I told you when Neptune gets into Aries. Now, that's when you get the bravery to see the truth, because Neptune has been in Pisces for 13 years.
Yes.
Soaking it up like a sponge. It's almost like it's saturated. Scandals, lies, delusion, illusion.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it's been.
Not wrong.
It's been at the homeland. So it's going into the fifth house, which is really good. I mean, it's got to be huge transformation.
That's what we're going through.
Well, Jupiter's going to be going into the eighth house. It's complete buildup.
Infinity. 8.
June of 2025 is going to be just booming.
I like the sound of that.
It's going to be because Jupiter moves into that house, and it'll
Me too.
hit the United States. Jupiter, it'll hit the Venus, it'll hit the sun, and it's going to hit Mercury. Damn.
Mercury's
Booming.
all about communication.
Other people's
Including
money, taxes.
yourself.
We're going to have something's going to happen with money for us with taxes, with that Jupiter going in there.
Well, they're already doing. They made the change that there's going to be no taxes on your overtime.
And Social Security checks.
Mm-hmm.
No taxes there.
Yeah.
That's huge for people that are on Social Security income.
Right.
To not have to pay taxes. That's a lot of money.
Not wrong. And another lie. I was watching Ben Swan videos today, and the immigration papers. They had like 99 different paper forms of immigration papers. 99 different forms.
What, like you have to fill out 99 different forms?
No, for different people from different areas. Okay, they had 99 of them.
What?
Hang on, wait for it. There's more. There's more. So they wanted to integrate it into an electronic form on the computer and ditch the paper forms. They have already spent over $1 billion to do this. But wait, there's more. There's more. They outsourced it to a company outside of the United States. But wait, there's more. And you know how many of those forms in the last 4 years have gotten put in an electronic form on a computer? 1.
It was
They spent $1 billion to get one form put in an electronic form from a foreign company.
Hey, that makes sense. What?
You
Who's
wanna know where your
running this
taxes
ship?
are going? That's where your taxes are going. And your taxes are also going to scientists who are studying if they add vodka or tequila to the aquarium, does it make the fish more aggressive?
Oh, I've
Millions of dollars
seen
for
that
that.
stuff. Rand Paul from Kentucky does a thing every year in the Senate. The waste. He does a list.
Yeah, that's where I got the aquarium
And
one.
they actually study like monkeys on cocaine.
Yes. Yes.
What? What?
Trillions. Trillions.
Well, we need this Doge because I like the dog, the little Doge dog. I really think the Doge dog is really cute.
Yeah. And if you don't know what Doge is I can't remember what the acronym stands for. Department of
What? It's the cryptocurrency Doge.
Well, that, but it's also the acronym for the office that Elon Musk is going to be heading.
Department of Government.
They're going to be taking down all of this frivolous spending.
Good. Somebody's got to do it.
There are so many, like take the IRS. They
No.
have X amount. Well, just for example, post office, whatever government-run company you want. Okay, they have X amount of people that do this. Okay, say they have 500 people to do this job, and it could be done with 200 people. Why do we have 500 people doing the job that 200 people can do? Are we paying those? That's the kind of stuff that they're going to be looking at.
Yeah.
There is so much wasteful spending.
It's beyond. Well, it's like we've talked before. You run a country like you'd run your own home budget. If you don't have the money in your checkbook, you don't write the check.
Spend it.
You go out and cut coupons.
And
But handing these open checks to people that really are not in touch with reality because they're billionaires and millionaires.
it just happened again. Hi, Renee. It just happened again.
Yeah.
Biden did a speech. He's sending, I don't know how much,
Get the checkbook out of his hands.
over to Syria.
Why not?
Yeah. Thank you, Renee. He's sending money over to Syria. Now,
Why?
hang on. Congress, if I'm not mistaken, controls spending. So how is he just staying here? I don't get it.
He's like a Libra with the checkbook. Get the checkbook out of his hand. Take the pen out of his hand. He cannot do it. Somebody just needs to say you're not allowed.
And where do they get this?
I don't know. We're trillions in debt.
Taxes, but B, they print it. They just make more. And what does that do? That drives up inflation. You want to know why you have
Sure does.
groceries right now?
Yeah.
That
Spending.
fiat currency.
It doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure it out.
No, it doesn't. But so many people don't know how it actually works. They don't know because the schools don't teach it anymore.
Well, they need to fix that too.
They are.
Pluto has destroyed and has taken down everything. We are talking major transformation coming.
The education system.
It's got to be fixed.
They are doing away with the Department of Education and they are giving the control back to the states. I like that idea. Because
I remember when that happened, and my mother was a school administrator for her entire career. She was it was her career. Her doctorate was in education.
Yeah.
And when I remember this, she was furious because of all of the red tape when the feds came into the schools.
Yeah.
And it was all this testing.
Yeah.
And all this crap. So they really got away from that back in the 70s. I remember that. My mother was furious.
Mm-hmm.
And it really, that's where the beginning of the end.
All this money has been thrown into the education system, into the schools. And we have one of the lowest levels of education of many countries.
Oh, it's pretty low. It's very low.
It has dropped. Now, I'm not blaming that on the teachers. I'm not blaming that on anybody except the federal government for not knowing how to run a school in Beatrice, Nebraska versus a school in New York City.
Or give it back to the states.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Nebraska is going to know what Nebraska kids need.
That's right.
New York City is going to know what that New York City kid needs to survive.
And let them do their own budgeting.
Yeah. School teacher here, she supports that. Thank you, Renee.
Absolutely. I mean, I remember my mother was furious when they did that. Common
Core was a huge failure. Huge failure. And it was to dumb down the kids.
Well,
I'm not kidding you. I stated that when it first came out. I still hold that thought.
Well, this is why it needs to be this is what the country is going through, is a complete transformation. And this is why these people are in there to fix what is broken. And it's broken.
It is broken bad.
It's broken worse than I think any of us know. I'll tell you another thing that's really broken is the prison system.
Yes. But
that's broken more than anything.
It is. I'll get to that here in just a second. If you don't know how broken the education system is, when I worked in Napa, and people would up into their 20s would come in and grab an application and fill it out. They couldn't sign it. So they didn't know how to write cursive. They didn't know what a reference was. They did not know how to fill out a job application. They taught you that. They used to teach you that in school. They used to teach you how to write a check in school, how to balance your checking account in school, how to do your taxes in
Here's
school.
the thing. Where are mom and dad? Because I'm sorry, I
Yep.
print out little worksheets for Hadley on cursive. She knows how to write her name.
Yes.
She's 10.
Good.
So, let's put some responsibility where it's due.
Yes. I agree. And every generation it gets worse. Because now, don't get me wrong, I'm going to say this again. I have been at a point in my life where I needed some financial assistance, okay? I got nothing against it. Food stamps, WIC, whatever, okay? I got nothing against it.
Right.
It helped me get through it. Helped me feed my kids. But there are so many out there that are just chucking out kids to get the earned income credit and all the tax returns and everything else.
Yep.
And the food stamps and this and that. And they are living off of the government. And then that generation teaches their kids, you don't have to work. This is all you got to do. And then that generation teaches their kids, you ain't got to work. This is all you got to do.
And here's the thing.
It gets worse.
A single mother with 2 children, if she's working a full-time job and making $30,000 a year and barely getting by, listen, she can't get food stamps. So she has to quit her job.
I get it.
The system is not made for people to get out of.
It's not. It is not. I agree.
It's a trap. It's not their fault because
I agree. And childcare costs. Granted,
right.
The people taking care of the kids need to make a living, pay the bills. I get that.
That's right.
But when it costs so much to do that say you got a husband and wife and they're both working, so they need the childcare, in the summer when the kids aren't in school. It costs more than what she makes to pay that childcare. Quit that second job. But if she does, then they can't pay their bills. It's a never-ending cycle.
Here's the thing. Take some of that money that they're shoving up the monkeys' noses for cocaine studies and make daycares and let people have government-sponsored daycares. Surely they can do that right.
You would think.
One would think. Give it time. It's transforming. This is not going to be done overnight. It's like you said, it's patience.
Howie's throwing up some stats.
Aries has to go in to Neptune.
Yes, Michelle. You need a full-time job just to pay the rent.
Right.
Okay. When I was a kid and my mom and dad were still married and, my grandma and grandpa stayed home, raised the kids. Grandpa worked. They could make it on one income. Mom and dad could make it on one income. I'm barely making it anymore. You have to have a 2-person income with good jobs in order to get ahead at all.
Yeah.
You really do. If you only got one income coming in, you're struggling.
Especially now. Now is bad. It's bad.
Yeah.
But it's going to take time. I mean, like I said, we were in the Pluto return for 4 years. We knew this was coming. We knew she was returning back to her roots. We knew it. And you can just see how things are aligning up around our chart right now that we're going to see it piece by piece. And then I think we're going to really see it in June and July of 2025. Things are going to start to really, man, when Jupiter gets into that 8th house, it's really going to boom.
Maybe that's where my 7-11 number's coming in. Maybe something's going to happen on 7-11 this year because I'm still seeing it.
That could be, that's Uranus. That's Uranus moving in to Gemini.
Yeah.
Now that can shake a lot up too, because it's kind of like a Uranus return in the U.S.
Right.
I mean, we got some things to go through.
Renee, minimum wage workers in Connecticut need to work 79 hours a week to afford a 2-bedroom. That is crazy.
It is
And
crazy.
Howie, we are number one in incarceration in this country.
Oh, it's
Now, here's the thing.
terrible.
Most of those are drug related, which cool. Okay. We don't need the coke. We don't need the fentanyl, blah, 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 blah. Pot, that's natural. Spirit gave it to us. Our bodies have cannabinoid receptors in it. We actually need it. We are supposed to consume it.
It's
And
not legal here.
we used to consume it by the deer and the bison eating it. We eat the deer and the bison. At one time, it was almost mandated that farmers grew it because that's what money was printed on. Hemp paper. Hemp.
Well, I'm not eating bison.
They need to. Hemp. Why they? Do you know why they outlawed hemp?
No.
Because it can make more paper per acre than trees. You don't have to fertilize it. You don't have to water it. You don't have to put insecticide on it. You don't have to put herbicide on it. You can get 2 or 3 crops in a year. Henry Ford made a car out of hemp panels, ran on hemp diesel. It cures cancer. It cures disease. It is healthy. So, big oil, big pharma, no, we can't have that. Get rid of it.
We need to get, they're gone. They're going to be gone. I mean, it's gone. So there's nothing to really look back at and just watch what comes out because they're gone.
Yeah.
Everything that we knew last year is gone. We might not see it, but I'm telling you now, with this Pluto return, it's collapsed.
Mhm.
Been saying that for 4 freaking years. It has collapsed.
Yeah.
Everything.
Yeah, big pharma's going to take a hit.
It's done.
It is done.
Well, that's Saturn. Saturn in Pisces. When that moves into Aries, yeah, I mean, it's a matter of time. We'll be able to watch it month by month
Yes.
by month. We're going to be able to watch it.
Yeah. And
But
just
as of right now, it's collapsed. We might not see it. We're not seeing it because it's taken 4 years.
we will.
2008 it started.
We will.
It's
It's
gone
going
on
to.
since 2008, and you're seeing a lot of it now. But you got to look.
Yeah, and there's a
Yeah.
lot. There's a lot coming out now about ivermectin. How?
That's been out.
Yeah, hang on. When they did the emergency authorization for the jabs, without the clinical testing,
Yeah.
the only way they could legally do that was if there was nothing else that could help with that disease. Ivermectin was
Yep.
proven to help with it, and it was hidden away by the media and everybody else. I mean, there were doctors all over this place saying, hey, this stuff is working. But
It did work.
multi-billion-dollar industry would not have been born if that jab wasn't authorized. And that truth is coming out now.
Well, here's the thing. Look at the numbers from Africa. They didn't have a COVID pandemic because they get ivermectin.
Imagine that.
They didn't have one. They didn't have masks. They didn't have lockdowns.
No.
No, they didn't.
No,
because they had it.
Yeah.
So, and Brazil was giving out packets of it. So it was only happening in certain areas.
Yes. And I shared a post the other day. It listed, was it Gail that shared it? I don't remember. Somebody shared a post, and it stated all the uses for ivermectin, what it helps, what it cures. I mean, the stuff is kind of a miracle.
It cures cancer.
Yes. And they can't, and hemp cures cancer, and they can't let that out. Big Pharma can't let that out.
Well, it's coming. It's coming. I mean,
Or med beds.
you have to keep an eye out for all of the studies and all of the things being released, because Congress just released
Yes.
500 pages of a report from an investigation that they had over lockdowns. And it's eye-opening. 1 million people were studied throughout the world on what happened when certain people got whatever they got. And those results are in. But you got to know when that stuff's coming out. It just came out.
Yeah. The health issues that the jab caused, the truth is coming out about that. The heart issues, the liver issues.
It all came out.
Aneurysms. It's coming out.
It's out.
So
it's out. There's a report. It's out.
I'm not telling anybody what to do or what not to do. I have not gotten one of them. Not one.
Well,
and I never will. I don't get the flu shot. I don't get any of it.
You better open your eyes when it's banned in many countries around the world. You better open your eyes.
Yeah.
And those are the things that
ivermectin can help repair the issues that it caused.
Well, there's a number of things that people can use, but people have to find that out on their own. You can't tell them.
Right.
So let them find it out. And that's what's going to happen when Neptune moves out of Pisces and gets into Aries in March.
Yeah. Renee's comment, right now something is brewing in Africa. A new something is in the wind, as in disease.
Not surprising.
A year before the election, the media stated there is a new COVID derivative that does not it's not affected. It's not affected by the current inoculation, the current jab. But too many people had opened their eyes, like, we ain't falling for that again. No. And all of a sudden, it just disappeared.
Yeah,
it went away. It went away.
Well, if people were smart, they would find where you can buy over-the-counter medications and go like to Tennessee and get it and keep it at your house, because it gets rid of many of those manufactured things that get released. I mean, come on, you can't sit. And this is another thing I think with the Chiron return in the USA. Get your head out of your ass.
Yes.
Be prepared and be educated. That's it.
Yeah. Be prepared.
Everybody has a computer. You can look up anything you want. So do it. I mean, that's the Chiron return. Use the wisdom.
Yes. Be prepared. Have some extra food put away.
Yeah.
Rotate it out so it doesn't go to waste, but have some extra box food, canned foods. If
it's
you can't
not
can your
rocket science. It's common freaking sense.
Yeah. You can can meat. You can can hamburger. You can can potatoes. You can can all that stuff, and it's going to last years on your shelf downstairs. Have a water supply set aside.
That's what worries me more than anything.
Power goes out.
Have a generator.
You're going to want, have a charcoal grill with some charcoal. A little back. You can cook if you need to. Just be prepared.
Be smart.
Yes.
It's not smart. You have common sense.
And for the next 4 months, be very mindful of your situation, where you are, who's around you, what's going on. If you go out in public, just be mindful. If your gut instinct says I shouldn't go into that building, don't go into that building.
Well,
if it says don't go to that concert, don't go to that concert.
I think it's going to be fine.
Because the left isn't done yet.
Well, there's a lot of changes. I mean, there's a lot of things going to happen. And when we start to shift, which we already are, and you've got 5 outer planets astrologically shifting, people are going to start acting a little crazy.
Right.
It's just how it is.
Right.
I
get it.
They're going to be crazy.
I get that, Susan. I do. She's like, if you live in an apartment building, you can't have a generator or a grill. I get that. You can get those little camp stoves that run on the little propane bottles. Have a few of those around.
Yeah.
Nobody's gonna know about that. Just saying.
Stick them in your storage.
Yeah.
Little camp things.
Yeah. Yeah. There's ways around stuff.
You just gotta pay attention and read things that come out. Not read the official stuff that comes out.
Do your own homework.
Exactly. I had to start doing it. I didn't like it. It was busy work. I had to start doing it, and I did.
Yeah.
You don't. There's a lot of things that people can do. Yeah, have a camp stove.
She's got a camping grill hidden. Good girl.
Yeah, do that kind of stuff. Before we go, we got a really good. I wanted to warn everybody about this. This isn't really a warning. This is just a heads up. On December 15th, we've got a big full moon in Gemini. Okay. I know.
What?
You're going to go hide. Don't hide now. Don't hide.
In what? It's in what?
Stop. Don't go lock your door. Stop hiding, you big wuss. Listen. What? Here's this particular one, because Gemini is ruled by Mercury, right? What is Mercury? Information. What do full moons do? They illuminate things.
Yes, they do. So I gotta be thankful for that.
Information downloads are coming in about a week.
I am thankful for that. Honestly, I'm thankful for that.
Here we go again. Sir Neptune is squaring this Mercury, which is going to be clouding up what we're hearing.
Neptune likes to blur the lines.
Oh, it's very obvious.
Is this really what you're hearing? Is this really what you're reading?
That's right.
Now, you're reading something about something that is against your own ideals. Should you be looking at this? Who should you trust? Trust yourself.
Yes.
Don't trust mainstream media. Trust yourself.
Turn it off.
If it feels right, okay, look into it. If it don't feel right, it's probably not right.
Right. And you trust your intuition, because we're at the ending of a lot of cycles, a lot of cycles right now. And, it's opposing the sun in Sagittarius, which is saying use your higher mind. That's the whole messages that are coming out of 2025 with Pisces and a lot of Sagittarius. Use the higher mind, use the intuition. Study.
Ask your higher self.
Right. Ask your higher mind. Study that stuff. Sagittarius is just, they want the truth. They're the truth finder.
Yes.
Hello.
Just be open and honest with me. Things are going to go a whole lot smoother.
Be open.
Because the Scorpio in me will find out. It may take me a while, but the universe will give me the information that I am seeking, even if I'm not currently looking for it. That happened just the other day.
Well, and a Scorpio is going to know if it's not right just by gut feeling.
Yeah, we don't always admit that we know something ain't right. We just sit back, we watch, we wait. It's going to come out. You'll tell us eventually.
If I text you and say, "Hey, this isn't passing the smell test," I will trust what a Scorpio picks up over anybody, because their gut feeling never fails them. Ever.
And I used to second guess it. I don't anymore.
Don't.
I don't. I've been burned too many times by giving people the the benefit of the doubt. Now it's like, okay, I have made my mind up.
That's right.
Change my mind.
If I say, there's something weird about this guy that, in New York City, what happened? There's something, it just, no matter what they're saying, whatever this, oh, he's had a manifesto, it was this or that. And the minute you said there's something isn't right,
Something right.
my mind was telling me that. The astrology is telling me that. But then when I heard you say there's something weird about that, I
Yeah.
was like, well, yep, there we go. There we go. Ask a Scorpio. Find a Scorpio friend.
The technology that our government possesses is far above the technology that we possess. Okay. They are not telling us everything that they can do. We know what they can do because we know we drink and know things. Right, Renee? But they are not admitting that they have this technology. They have machines that can put out an invisible wave, a vibration of sound, and destroy enemies and buildings. But they say they don't have that, even though there's videos of it being used on
What?
experiments. They have anti-gravity technology already.
Remember the Noah stuff? And there was like 1,000 articles. Oh, we don't mess with the weather. And I found like 1,000 articles. And they scrubbed it all.
And people still don't believe it.
I'm like, wait, it's on the government website. And they're saying we don't do it.
The aluminum and barium concentrations in the snow in the mountains is like 1,000 times the legal limit. How does that happen? Unless somebody's putting that in the air.
Think.
Just saying.
Think.
And they have openly admitted, Bill Gates, that by spraying this stuff in the air, it will reflect the sun's rays back into space and
we don't do that.
Cure global warming. However, what they're also not understanding is it's trapping everything here in our atmosphere, which can actually raise the temperature.
It's funny. It is funny. I mean, think about this for a minute. The guy because I watched it for the show, because when I do the show, I get all this stuff I can for the show. That guy in New York, they had more videos of that kid. And granted, New York's got about 45,000 cameras. They're everywhere. I get it. I get it. They knew more about that kid in 24 hours. And we're still waiting on that kid in Butler, PA to get his overseas accounts that they couldn't get through his phone. But yet we're supposed to believe everything that's told.
Yeah. Yeah, we are.
A genius.
We are.
Wait a minute. Something ain't right.
Ask questions. If you have a doubt, ask questions. Study, do your homework, look it up, dig for it.
I did. I got it for the show. I got the whole scoop for the show.
Yeah,
and it didn't. It didn't take me long. United Healthcare had a site. Do you guys remember back in February when they had that gigantic cyber attack? Okay. They had a huge cyber attack, busted through a lot. There was a company called Palo Alto, which is a cybersecurity company. The day that Palo Alto got that hefty contract from United Healthcare, they were just they weren't a big, huge stock company. Somebody in the USGOV went out and bought 2.5 million shares worth of stock in that company.
Yep.
They made 20 point some $1 million.
Just like that.
Now, this CEO is under DOJ investigation for insider trading, scheduled to go testify and run his mouth. And he just all of a sudden is on the ground.
Yes.
What?
I said something ain't right. Now,
What?
the bullet casings that they found at the scene, the guy left them there, had 3 words written on them. I
Right.
don't remember what the words were, but they were the name of a book
Right.
about the insurance industry.
I'm not buying it.
It's all intertwined, and there's a story that is being spun or told. I don't know which yet, because something still ain't right. They're either setting something up, doing something over here. Watch this, not what we're doing here. Because
But are we all crazy to think that?
they think we are.
Okay, because I keep thinking maybe this did happen this way.
They still think they can lie to us.
But yet, who, after does a horrific crime, is still walking around 5 days later with the weapon in their backpack?
You get
Nobody.
rid of
You're
that.
going to launch it in a river. Who's going to carry that around with them? What idiot is going to do that?
Find a foundry, sneak in, toss it in the molten metal, whatever.
It's almost laughable. It's almost laughable because it's like we know more about this kid in 24 hours than we've known about that kid in Butler. We still don't have the answers in Butler.
Yeah. Renee, delay, deny, depose.
Oh, how in Monopoly money?
That's
Oh,
what
it's
I have
because-
my billfold.
It's because somebody didn't get insurance. That's why they went and and how do you know what time that dude is going to be walking down the freaking street? How do you know what hotel he's staying at?
How did the guy on the golf course know Trump was going to be on the golf course when it was a spur of the moment decision inside people?
And how could somebody go running around on top of a roof in Butler without being seen? What? And we got videos of the kid jumping around like freaking Batman up on the top of the damn roof. I could have seen him.
People, you can't make this up. You can't.
You can't.
I love everybody that watches my show. Thank you. Thank you for watching us and listening to us ramble and debate and discuss things. But
No, my friend, I have a friend that believes everything that is told to him. He believes it all.
I'm sorry.
I know. He's a Taurus. He's a Taurus. It's this way, Joni. I'm like, no, it's not.
My boss the other day, he walked up, he was having a conversation with another guy at work that keeps up on, he thinks like we do. He keeps up on stuff. And he was telling my boss how Michelle Obama is actually Michael. And my boss is like, that's bullshit. I'm like, no. He's like, what? I'm like, no, seriously, dude. It's there's little evidence that it may be true. I'm not saying it is because I don't know 100% sure, but there's evidence. There's pictures and a video of Obama and his friend Michael, who amazingly looks a lot like his wife, sitting down at a basketball game, and all of a sudden a hand goes on Obama's knee, and then it's like, oh wait, I shouldn't have done that.
Listen, there are some astrology charts. I need to do a show on this. Back in December of 2007. There were 3 bad homicides, unalivings in Chicago. And there are some really bad charts associated with that go back to what you were saying. that you can really dig and look for information.
Mhm.
And one of the mothers that lost her son has been very outspoken about what happened to her son, that he was gunned down. And he was the choir director at a church. And yeah, so there's some unalivings to that
Yeah.
associated with that. Well, look at the chef. Look at the chef. I did a show on the chef that was found on the paddleboard. Now, how does the chef, here we go. Now, here we go again. How does the chef drown, but his clothes are on the bank? And he doesn't have a stitch of clothing on in like 4 feet of water. What happened to that?
Either somebody drugged him and they didn't give the toxicology results, or
He couldn't swim.
it was a manufactured scene.
Well, we got that video of him doing laps at the pool.
Well, there's that. So he could swim. Just saying.
I'm just saying, he looked like a good swimmer to me, but his clothes were on the bank.
Yeah.
Now, who goes around on a paddleboard with no clothes on? That's a little weird. That's very weird.
Yeah. Like I said, either the
Dude,
dude,
put it away.
either
Nobody wants to see you flapping in the breeze.
he was doing drugs, somebody drugged him, or it was a manufactured scene.
Who knows? But they're out there because we dig them up because we're true crime.
Yes. Speaking of true crime, something Spirit just reminded me of.
What?
This holiday season right now, the scamming out there is at an all-time high. The phone calls that people are getting from
Yes.
air quote IRS, sheriff station. You owe these taxes. You ran a red light. Those people are not going to call you. They will knock on your door. They will send a certified letter. Okay. They call you and say, you have to pay this in Amazon gift cards.
Yes.
No, hang up the phone.
Yes.
If they tell you that you have to go to a kiosk in the mall and transfer your coinage into Bitcoin and send it, no, that's a scam. It is a scam. Okay. I got scammed. Somebody was monitoring my internet when I was doing some online trading. They switched my brokerage company without me realizing it, and $106,000 gone.
But they did it very professionally.
Yes, they did.
Yeah, it's very professionally done now. It's not the prince that you've just inherited $10 million from Nigeria. It's very professional now.
She just put, I keep getting emails from Nigeria. Yeah. If you don't know who an email is from, a phone call is from, just stop.
Don't answer.
Hang the phone up and call the IRS. Call your local.
They don't call you. They send certified letters. I get it. I know because I get them.
But if you're still not sure, hang up and call your actual IRS. Call the actual sheriff station. Say, hey, I just got this phone call from this number.
Right.
Okay.
Report them.
They can trace that number, even though these scammers have software where it generates a phone number that looks local, but it's not. It's not. My boss got a phone call from a scammer. It was his parents' number. That's why he answered the damn phone.
Man.
I was standing there listening to it.
Be careful.
So you need to be careful. Protect yourself. Please.
Careful.
Please.
And, they do it very professionally. Like you said, your boss got it. He looked at a number, then he knew.
Yes.
It's very technological right now. You've got to be careful. Don't trust anybody.
It is so crazy out there.
Don't do it right now.
In less than 10 seconds of me pushing an enter button.
That's right. Gone.
All my insurance funds from my home are gone from my house fire.
That's right. That's right.
I do have news on that, but I'm not putting it out yet.
Yeah, I wouldn't put anything out.
No.
Don't do it. I mean, you
No.
know, a friend of
I'll
mine
do it.
was on Facebook and her page got hacked. They even had taken AI pictures of her holding up a cryptocurrency certificate that she could sell crypto now. And it looked real. And I
Yeah.
asked her, I go, "Are you selling crypto?" She goes, "No, I got hacked."
Yeah.
I mean, that's how good they are getting.
Watch, and this is difficult. I shared a post the other day about the letters in the emails.
Right.
An A can look like an A, but it's not actually an A.
Right.
There is a slight difference because it's a different digital alphabet. So
Crazy.
really pay attention. Anything you get from anybody that's misspelled, delete it. If it doesn't look right, delete it.
That's right.
If it doesn't sound like proper English, delete it. I don't know how many people, hackers, send me a friend request. I've been trying to send you a friend request. Send me a friend request. I'll send
Whatever.
a friend request. And then I'll fuck with them. Because it's like they have a sheet. All of them have the same sheet that they read off of.
I know. It's horrible.
You know, are you married? Or are you single? You have kids? Well, age isn't just a number. Age is just a number. I mean, it's almost word for word.
Don't talk to these people.
I play with them.
Don't.
No, it's fun sometimes. Where are you from? A planet that your species have never heard from. And they will literally reply with, "Oh, that's cool." Okay, that's either a bot, that's either an AI bot, or somebody who is just running 20 conversations at the same time.
All in a back room somewhere, ripping people off. It's terrible. Just be careful, especially with Neptune. Neptune is roaring right now, and you don't know. You got to watch this energy. You got to watch this energy. You got to be aware of it.
You really do.
You really do, because it's powerful. And Neptune right now is it's headed to Aries. It's very, very strong. You know, so just be mindful.
Yes.
Of illusions and scams.
The difficult thing is overseas people, if they're doing something in their country, American law doesn't apply.
That's right.
So, hey, Peggy, you're not late. We're still here. So it's very difficult for our lawmakers to do anything. I think that's going to change very soon. I think once the proper people get put in the proper places and the excess is shaved off and things are streamlined,
it's got to
I
be.
think things are going to get a whole hell of a lot better.
You just got to be remembering that we have returned to her roots. She has returned to her roots.
We're back.
Which is 1776. She's there. But now it's going to be a building process, and that's going to take a lot of patience.
America is back.
It's just we made it through the Pluto return. Now it's just a rebuilding.
We did.
And you cannot.
Pluto did what Pluto does. Pluto
destroyed
down what was not working. And now we get to rebuild.
That's right.
It better.
Don't F it up.
And speaking of getting to do things, we are in Mercury retrograde.
Right. Till the 15th.
You don't have to get up and go to work tomorrow. You get to.
Right.
You have a choice. You ain't got to go to work. If you don't, you're going to pay the consequences. But you don't have to. You get to.
Well, we get vacation time coming up. It's the holidays, so.
It's a whole reprogramming of the brain. And I even try to do this when I'm not in Mercury retrograde. I'll wake up and I'll be in a rough spot. Emotion. Do I want to go to work? No, but I get to. Generally, it turns out to be an okay day. It's, oh my God, I have to go to my parents for Christmas. No, you don't have to. You have a choice.
Ooh.
And if you do go, if your
Ooh.
Uncle Bob starts an argument at the end of the year, you know what? You have a choice.
But Thanksgiving wasn't bad, was it?
No, not for me, but it was for other people.
Was it?
But you have a choice. You can stay and put yourself through that, or you can stand up. I don't care if it's in the middle of dinner. Thank you all for the family time. Thank you for the meal. It's
Right.
time for me to go. Turn around and walk out and go home.
Set your
You
boundaries.
can do that. They might think you're an asshole. That's not your issue. It's theirs. I'm going to repeat that. That's not your issue. That's theirs. Because they can't see the error in their ways. And they are pissed off at you for setting a boundary. You took your control back from them, which pissed them off. It's not your issue. It's theirs.
It's not your issue. Let's look at transits for Christmas before I get off of here. Okay, we got Pluto and the North Node are together. Or I'm sorry, Neptune and the North Node. Wow, pretty close. That's nice. That's very spiritual.
I try to be nice and spiritual.
That's very spiritual. The sun or the moon will be in Libra, which will be very balanced and peaceful.
Oh, okay.
It's very peaceful.
Okay.
Mercury will be in Sag, which will be very happy.
Let's party.
Let's see. Pluto's in Aquarius. Venus is in Aquarius. Well, she's always there.
So water signs are going to feel that.
I don't see nothing too. Well, Mars and Pluto are kind of opposing again, but they've been doing that.
Yeah.
They've been doing that back and forth.
They've been
So
bitching at each other.
we're used to that.
Yeah.
We're used to that. We'll get over that. Other than that, it doesn't look too bad, I don't think.
Good. Renee had a question. Anything on the 18th of this month? That's your birthday.
I don't know. I'll look. Of the 8, I don't. We're pretty slow right now. Things are pretty good. The 18th. Well, that'll be close to the 25th.
Yeah.
Mars Pluto opposition. That's about it. Mars Pluto.
Okay.
But we're pretty slow right now, which is good. Just that Mars Pluto, and Mars is in retrograde. So that's about it. Mercury's coming out of retrograde. It should be good.
Good.
Be okay.
Good.
So, well, I'm gonna get off here because the Bengals are playing
Okay, do it to it.
Monday night. So everybody have a great 2 weeks.
You too.
We'll be back before Christmas, right? Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah. 2
I think
weeks.
so.
Yeah, we'll be back before Christmas.
Should be. Yeah.
So, well, have a great week, everybody. Have a good full moon. It's a good one.
You too. And thank you for.
Listen to the downloads.
Yes.
Have a good one, everybody. I'm out of here. I'm going to go watch the Bengals.
All right. Sounds
Bye,
good.
hon.
Night.
Bye.
So you will continue your setting down. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. Spirit just reminded me something through my Ghost Radar app. Bishop. Organized religion. There may be some truths coming out about, well, they've actually been coming out about what really happens behind the scenes, if you know what I mean. I think a lot of truth is actually going to come out, and I think organized religion is going to get rocked a little bit here and there. So pay attention to that. If you're Christian, if you're Buddhist, fine. Don't care. It's your business. I'm spiritual. That's how I put it. I do believe in a higher power. But my opinion is I should not have to go to a certain building in order to talk to my higher power. My church is the lake. My church is the woods. My church is my truck driving to work, driving home. I can talk to spirit whenever I want to talk to spirit. That's my opinion. Different people have different opinions. I can tear so many things in the Bible apart. It's nuts. It is a book written by man. There are 42 books that were omitted because they contain too much knowledge. And that knowledge would take the church's power over us away. I'm not going to get too far into that because I'll be sitting here talking all night and bring Renee on and we'll be here all night. Now, it's not saying we might not hop on later, but we'll save that for another show. Because I'd have to take some notes, remind myself, because it doesn't always work exactly the way I want it to. It's okay, accepted. Yeah, they did just open up Notre Dame again. I saw that from that fire, 5-6 years ago. And I heard there was an interesting celebration. I haven't seen the video yet, but I'm sure I will. And it just said July. Me and Joni were talking about July. Use withdrawing. Speed. Use withdrawing. July. Send. They're going to send something in July. Maybe it's a spaceship. That's another thing. The government has all but admitted that we are not alone. They withheld that information for so long because they thought there would be panic in the streets. Guess what? We already know. People are like, yeah, okay, so they don't care. But the left's last-ditch effort might be a fake alien invasion. The reason I say that, thank you, Monica, is if you look at videos of, what's the word? The holograms? I think holograms of Japan, of dragons coming out of buildings, going into the air, striking at people. It looks real. They have that tech. They do. So why not make a fake alien invasion in order to freak everybody out? Then they can declare, oh, it's a national emergency. We can't relinquish power yet. Will it happen? Don't know. Possibility? Possible. I try to look at all scenarios, both sides of it. I'm just going to sit back and watch. I'm going to let things flow. I'm going to get up and go to work every day, come home, work in my house, pet my dog, pet my cat. It's winter. It gets... I don't have my sunshine in the winter. I get up, it's dark. I go to work, it's dark. I get off work, it's dark. Come home, it's dark. Get a couple 10-minute breaks in a lunch hour at work so I can actually see the sun for a little bit. But there's something called sundowners. When that sun goes down, your mood goes down with it. It's a thing. I've learned about it. I've accepted it. Okay. And I'm learning to adjust my thinking. Again, it takes time. So when winter comes around, I do my best not to allow those winter blues to hit. Because if that happens, I'm gonna be sitting on my butt all winter. Now, nothing wrong with that, but it means I'm not getting stuff done in my house, and I really want to do that. So I'm trying to change the way I think about it. The answers always come in the dark for sure. Yeah, that's Scorpios, at least for me. I know there's other ones out there. The dark is that's our Scorpio cave. That is our, I don't want to say safe space because I don't want to sound woke, but it's where we're comfortable. We can be comfortable in the dark. That's where we work through things. We learn about ourselves, and finally we see that little spark of light. And we can okay, I can open that door and come back out. Yeah, it is. It is a thing. It really is. And if you need to talk to somebody, go talk to somebody. A friend, relative, counselor, whatever you need to do to get through it. It's okay. It is. If you need someone to talk to, go talk to somebody. And Peggy, yes, the radio show War of the Worlds. It was a radio show, and it was done in a way that people thought it was really happening, and they panicked. Now that panic ain't happening. It's time for the disclosure. We want to know what you have. Where do you think this tech came from? A, Tesla, who got his information from spirit. He was working on transferring energy wirelessly from one place to another. What does this do? Just wait to see what comes out in the next couple of years. It is going to be amazing. And I can't wait, but I will. I'm really happy right now that things turned out the way they did. Others aren't. I'm sorry for that. But just be patient. Let things flow. Change is never easy. Scorpios do not like change, but I am really looking forward to the changes that are coming. I really am. And that is because I have learned to accept change. I got scammed. Okay, what do you got to do? Get a job. Okay, let's go start looking. It's cause and effect. I knew I was going to have to get a job eventually. I took some time off to rebuild my house after I got my insurance money. I essentially paid myself to rebuild my home, and then it was gone. Oh, shit, that's not a good thing. I had to ask for some assistance for a little while, and then all of a sudden, the universe handed me this job. Is it perfect for me? No. But I can do it. I'm okay with it. Eventually something better for me, mentally and physically, will come along. Cool. But I'm going to keep this job until I find the next one. Just be open. Tell the universe, hey, this is what I'm looking for, but be specific. Because if you just tell the universe, hey, I want a new job. Okay, boom, you're fired. Now you can go get a different job. Be specific. I want a better job for my health, for my mental capacity, for my emotional capacity, while I'm still holding this job. Specifics. Orange. Interesting word in my app. Something in the orange. Wow, really talking. All right. On that note, I got a couple things to do yet this evening. One of them might be just sit on my butt and watch my show because I've been watching Cobra Kai. I watched the first 2 seasons when they came out, and then I had to change my Netflix account. I didn't get notified that there were new seasons. And I'm getting lessons from this show during this Mercury retrograde, showing me things that I need to look at about myself. So, if you pay attention to what you're watching, these TV shows that you're sitting there binge watching, when you're kicking yourself in the butt because you should be putting the tile in on your bathroom floor, you're learning. You can learn in many different aspects from many different places if you just pay attention. And I think that's where I'm going to leave it, is pay attention to what's going on in your life, around your life. And I'll bet if you do that, your eyes are going to get opened in some aspect. Might be in a good way, might be in a negative way, but if it's in a negative way, is it really negative? Because you are allowed the choice to make changes and set boundaries, which is a positive thing, and you also get to learn. So we get to learn from negative things. It might be negative when it happens, but we can turn it into a positive if we pay attention. I haven't started on that one yet. I've thought about it, but I haven't yet. But I think I need to. So, on that note, thank you for joining us tonight. I hope you enjoyed it. I know we rant and rave sometimes, but it's getting information out. We're trying to help people and get truth out. Our truth. I'm supposed to say our truth. But on that note, y'all have a good evening. We'll see you in a couple weeks. If you can, enjoy some time with your loved ones. So many of us, including myself, so I'm also advising myself here. Spend a little extra time with your loved ones, your family, friends, what have you. It's been a rough year. A lot of people are rough right now. If somebody gets quiet, hey, how you doing? I'm okay. Okay, cool. Just want to check on you. Or they can say, hey, I'm having a rough time. Can you talk? Okay, give them a little bit of time. It doesn't cost much to do that. So just be mindful that some people are having a really rough time right now because they've lost loved ones around this time, and they're still having issues with it. We don't know what they're going through. So try to be patient, practice the pause, and watch your replies to people. Sometimes a smile can go a long ways. So on that, good night. We'll see you next time.